to Coffee Chat with Lindsay and Neely. You're supposed to say good afternoon.
Or good afternoon, depending
Also,
on where
good
you
afternoon.
are. It's 1 o'clock where I am.
Yes. Or good evening.
If you're on the other side of the pond.
Middle of the night, depending on where you're at. We have people watching from all over the world. Or, I mean, we have had.
In the past, we've had Australian
I can't
and
say
New
right
Zealanders,
now.
aka Kiwis. It's like early morning for them.
Yeah. Yeah. And we don't discriminate. Wherever you're watching from, whenever you're watching from, good to you.
Welcome.
Good. Welcome.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah, we already have people in the chat here.
Indeed.
So welcome everybody. And
hello, Jennifer. I see you here.
Yep, Jennifer is here. Joanne was first. Is that right?
Oh, that must have been before I was able to click in.
Joanne was first from BC, Canada. And Stephanie is here already. And Jennifer, of course. And Cheryl is here from West Virginia. And Brenda is here from Florida.
Fantastic. Ocala.
What?
From Ocala.
Oh, yes, yes.
That's a little more rural area, if I remember right. Like it's got enough
geography well enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I moved my computer back so that even though we're squished, you can still see. It's not like my face right in the filling up. So that means I'm like reaching out to like see everything, and my eyesight isn't, perfect. So I'm like,
right. Yeah. Yeah. Good time. Hey, I think I need to switch my camera a smidge.
Okay, do it.
Hold, please.
Back here.
Pay attention to my jeans.
Ooh, look at those jeans. I have jeans on too. We're twinning.
We are totally twinning.
Mary is here watching us on the TV. We're like movie stars.
That's awesome. I love it. Why can't I change things? Okay, you're still going to look at my jeans here. Also, the fact that I'm wearing 0 feet, or 0 shoes, I should say.
Suzanne Olson is here. Hello. And Forever Tanya. Hello to all. Did I miss anybody? Yay. You're back.
Okay. I'm not sure what the deal is now.
Here.
Oh, dear.
Good afternoon, Dustin.
I'm ruining it. I'm just messing everything up left, right, and center.
And Blaze is here, of course. I'm just so sorry her comment wasn't first.
Okay. Are we better?
I think everything's good.
I don't know. I can never figure it out.
Lily is here. Welcome. All right. Did you have something prepared?
So last week we discussed a variety of different things, but one of the things that stuck out the most with me was your concept of finish the process. Have to report. We tried that out this whole week, and we have seen micro improvements based on finish the process. So I feel like that's a huge win for this week. We definitely had a little bit of stick in the mud type feelings about it at first, but eventually it's no longer like an ugly phrase in the house. It's more of a, we're trying to do this on purpose for all of the parties involved. So
I love it.
we have success in that. So
yes, I feel like it is an ongoing thing. Like, I don't know that we'll ever have achieved it.
For sure. But we're trying so hard.
Like, it's the process over perfection, or the whatever.
Just like a quarter step forward. That's all we need. That's all we really need.
Yes, and there's always the step back, but you're making more steps forward, and so you're getting there.
And I tell you what, so my oldest really is on a kick of breakfast burritos right now, and she'll make herself the egg. She'll make some eggs extra for her sisters, and then she will she's gotten to the point where she'll like put away the extra materials, like the tortillas or the cheese that she had, you know, shredded cheese or what have you. Getting to the pan is our next like tiny step to be 1% better to pull from atomic. We're just trying to be 1% better.
That's like the worst thing when you work so hard to create a meal and you even like go through the process of putting things away and stuff, and then there's like the pile of dishes. You're like, no, and you just want to go sit down and eat your meal. I mean, typically I will go sit down and eat my meal and then try to remember to come back, but it's the worst. It's literally the worst.
Well, and it's one of those things where I try, so she has to do our evening dishes after dinner. And I do try to maintain a focused spot in my brain. Like if I'm not going to reuse this thing and it does need to be hand washed, I'm going to do the kindness of like cleaning up as I go and trying to keep going with that so that it's not an insurmountable task where she just feels like she's at the sink for hours and it's just so awful. And I'm just so put upon by the world.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to be, you know, like I want you to take care of the things, but I want you to succeed. So I want to support that as best I possibly can. Right. And so I'm trying to do that, but it's also like trying to get her to think about that on the flip side. So like putting away your food and finishing the process so that it's easier for me. And there's been one day where she actually cleaned her egg pan before leaving to go get ready for daily life, you know, not wearing pajamas anymore. And so progress. Did it once, but let's practice moving forward.
Yes. Hey, so, baby steps. Baby steps. Okay. Chris Bear is here. And good morning. Chris. Good afternoon. No, it's still morning for him-ish. Okay. So Suzanne asked about the meetup, the Keto Chow meetup in October. And I mentioned a week or two ago that we were considering going. Unfortunately, it's not going to work out. I'm so bummed. I really wanted to, you know, do the little road trip thing, but there's a family event on that same day. And so I just can't get out of it for that. So anyways, I do hope to come to a Keto Chow meetup at some point. This one is just not going to be the one, which makes me very sad.
Maybe at some point we could coordinate it to where we could make our way out there together.
That would be really cool.
That would be amazing.
That would be
so we lived in Lehigh, which is just to the south of Draper, where the Keto Chows are. And one of the things I always wanted to do was they have like a base jumping thing where they go paragliding or parasailing. I don't remember the exact words. Off of this cliff whenever you're driving down the interstate and like from Salt Lake City down to Lehigh, right there in Draper, they've got this cliff where you jump off and then you just, you know, kite sitting in this like paragliding, is that what it is? Anyway, it always looked beyond cool. And I want to do that so much because it's similar to kiteboarding, just not on the water. So I'm like, we can totally go back and do that and go, oh, you got to check out they've got a science museum at Thanksgiving Point, which is in Lehigh. That is amazing. It opened up right like while we were in the thick of living in Lehigh, and it was so rad. But it would be super cool to just go and do a meetup and just Keto Chow people, and maybe like see if we could get somebody to encourage the Redmond Real Salt people to let us tour mine. I don't know.
That would be incredible. Like
we're having all kinds of thoughts.
All right, we have it all planned now then. Let's do it. Let's see.
Krista said, now we're back to you not saying hi when you used to live in Utah. Rub it in, Lindsay.
I know. Yeah, seriously. How
the more you know.
Okay, so Chris is asking any tips for convincing his 19-year-old to clean out the dishwasher. Does that mean put away the dishes or to actually dig deep clean inside the dishwasher? Refrigerator?
Yeah, that's a very ambiguous question.
Yeah, clean it out. Clean it out. Because I don't know that I've ever actually, well, I take that back. I have cleaned out dishwashers before because we had an issue in our old house with the dishwasher molding, which was horrible. And eventually we just got rid of the stupid thing and
Yeah.
washed our dishes by hand, which is what we do now. We don't have a dishwasher. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so do you have any tips for convincing a 19-year-old to do work?
Not really, other than the fact that my now newly 6-year-old daughter is capable of cleaning up the dishwasher as far as like putting dishes away and putting her dishes into it. So if a 6-year-old can do it, I feel like kind of goading them a little bit could possibly work. Like, well, this is such a simple task. Even a 6-year-old can manage it. So
Feel
your life
really
together.
19-year-olds. Oh, goodness sakes. Yeah.
I also feel like if you started charging them monies for not doing the things, like, okay, here's your bill at the end of the month. You want to have
we had that talk with our oldest where it was like, okay, so if you're just going to live here and not contribute, then you have to pay rent. Like, that's just
right.
You don't just get to live somewhere for free. But if you'd like to participate and, do some of the work, then you're part of the family and not just a renter.
Right. Absolutely. Also, with like access to the interwebs, which seems to be a solid motivator. If you want the Wi-Fi password, do your part.
That has happened as well. Where, I don't want to use the word punishment, but like a teaching opportunity. Consequence, that's better. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we changed the Wi-Fi password and we're not giving it to you.
I like the word consequence because if I make good choices, my consequences are good.
Yes. There's natural consequences. And you just kind of try to, go in line with those natural consequences so that they learn.
Right. Natural consequences happened for the 6-year-old today. She should not be just hanging out on the counter. And while I was working on a writing lesson with the middle, the 6-year-old decided that was the time she wanted to sit on the counter and just hang out and be irritating. And so she gets up there, because I've got my back turned to her at this point. She gets up there and then, ow! And I'm like, what happened? I hurt my elbow. So listen, that was earned. Be blessed. Get off my counter. If you wouldn't have gotten up there, it wouldn't have been a problem. So Chris says, if you two go and jump off a cliff in an oversized kite, please tape it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It'll be something for you guys to remember us by.
I'll have a GoPro here. Jared can be using the drone to fly it around my head so we can see how things are going from an outsider's perspective. It'll be great.
It's starting to feel dangerous.
It is starting to feel so dangerous, and I am in.
All right. So I assume these are the dates of the Keto Chow meetups. So everyone take a screenshot, mark them on your calendar. Come to as many as you can.
Very cool.
Okay.
July 20th. Who has Pioneer Days in Utah on the 20th? Because, that's one thing that I thought was really kind of wild about Utah is during the month of July, they've got Pioneer Days for all the different little like towns that all make the Salt Lake City area. And so like no matter where you looked and when you looked in the month of July, you were likely to find a whole bunch of fireworks going on. Very cool.
Very cool. I have not experienced such a thing. I have been to Utah perhaps just once in my life because my grandma and grandpa lived there for a long time. And I remember going to visit them. I remember going once. I probably went more than once.
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
Ooh, Bob's Pistols and Pay Dirt has a question about favorite way to use ground beef.
All right. What about for you? There's some ideas in the chat already, which is wonderful.
I personally have probably, 3 or 4 things that I will just do with ground beef regardless. The first thing is to make just like stuffed cheeseburgers. If I've just got ground beef hanging out in the fridge. I also really like to turn them into my homemade meatballs. And I also just like to make sloppy joes. I've got a sloppy joe recipe that I did like 5+ years ago here on my channel. That we have actually used for well over a decade at this point in our marriage, that that always wins with everybody. So those are the top three
Right.
things that I would do with it. And then also like little miniature meatloaves. That's something else that the family will fly through.
Okay, good. Yeah, those are all. I don't find myself making meatballs or meatloaf almost ever. I don't know why I don't
Yeah.
think to do that. I should. And the sloppy joes sound really good too. I haven't made those in forever either, but that sounds really good.
Yeah.
I often like probably my favorite is smash burgers. Um,
Mm,
they're just so good with like
yeah.
sauteed onions and I mean, and it goes against all of our like natural inklings, but I like American cheese on burger. Like, I tried to deny it for a long time, like, "Oh, I'm above that. I'm above American cheese." I'm not. Like, spoiler alert, I'm not.
I
It's
love
so
it.
good.
I love it. So I actually prefer pepper jack cheese because anything that can punch me in the mouth, I'm all about that.
Mhm. Yeah.
For the girls, we tend to use Colby Jack, but I couldn't tell you the last time that I bought American cheese. I have the means by which to make American cheese and then slice it for myself. I've just never actually done that.
Right.
So
Yeah, I've never made it.
I'm going to have to jump on that. Okay. So you said smash burgers.
Yes.
How many people out there watch Meat Church? Matt from Meat Church. He's down in Waxahachie, Texas. Like Jared and I love to watch him. Okay. He's a good old boy. He did the frozen shredded butter tactic in burgers as a video. And I don't know if it
He
was
stole
just
that from
released.
Anita. She did that.
I don't know if he stole it, but he commented about how Sam, the cooking guy. So I'm not saying that he took it
Oh.
from anybody. You know how like
Yeah, I know.
some
I'm just teasing. I just
weird
know that
thing.
Anita has done it.
Well, I have not. I hadn't seen Anita do that. I tend to like not remember things well. I'm a bad rememberer.
And
So
I mean, it's possible you didn't watch that one video from like,
it,
I don't know, 2 months ago.
yeah, it's highly
Like, I
possible.
mean, you try to keep up on every single video that comes out, but, you
Cannot
know,
I
maybe
cannot win.
1 or 2 fall through the cracks. I understand.
I can never win on the trying to. It's like whack-a-mole with all
Yeah.
of the videos. Like I admit I miss like
Yeah.
3/4 of it.
I swear there's like 5 live streams every single night now. Like,
I was also thinking about
crazy.
that. I
They're
was
like
thinking
filling up
about
my
that.
feeds.
Yeah. So
Anyways,
I was thinking about how we've got Two Crazy Ketos on Monday and Keto Chow on Monday. We've got Keto Chow on Tuesday. Now we are us on Wednesday.
Yes.
Keto Chow, aren't they? Or not Keto Chow. Two Crazy Ketos are on Thursday nights, aren't they?
Yeah, Thursday night.
And who's on Fridays? I feel like there's somebody on Fridays. And then sometimes you do Sundays. I couldn't say whether or not
Sundays now.
Anita's on Sundays now.
Yes. And Carnivorous
No.
Meat on Sunday morning. And then
Okay.
isn't Dr. Barry and Nisha on Monday night, usually.
There's like so
And then I mean there's Ready Set Keto and they're
they're
like
on Thursday
everybody.
too.
Yeah. And so sometimes I'll like open up my YouTube app and it's like 5 different live streams going at the same time.
For sure.
Can't
So
keep up with it.
we were there's this guy up in Alaska that we've been watching called Outdoor Boys. So it's a fantastic channel. We love it.
Okay.
And we were talking about it and Jared said, I don't even know why we bother having TV at all. Like we could literally just watch YouTube and be fine. And I was like,
You
I think you're right. We probably could just be content with the YouTubes and not even like the YouTube TV, just like YouTubes.
Yeah.
It's so fun. And there's just so many different things to watch, but
Yeah.
there's a live stream all the time.
All the time.
But, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm really glad that we do ours in the middle of the day because
Yeah.
that's the only time of day when I'm like, okay, I can sort of manage things.
I like how
manage.
you manage your words.
It's managing. I'm managing. It's fine. Trip right over that one. We've been doing reading lessons with the 6-year-old, so there've been some interesting words.
Oh, I'm sure. Yes. Yeah, we're doing reading lessons with Levi as well, and it's quite fun. Anyways, okay, so I only got through one idea for ground beef. Smash burgers. Beyond that, I love how we could just talk about anything. This is great. I really like just taco bowls. Like if I have
Mhm.
ground beef in the fridge and I'm just wanting to get something made really easy, and
Yeah.
I'll just throw some ground beef in a pan, fry it up, put whatever seasonings, taco seasoning, chili powder, all that, throw it in a bowl, and then top it with whatever I have in the fridge, like pickled jalapenos and olives and cheese and sour cream and guacamole, anything that I happen to have. So that's a really good, easy one. I don't, are you laughing at
Mean
Chris?
girls can do anything, right, Barbie?
We can talk about anything. Does that count?
Yeah.
Let's see. So smash burgers, taco bowls. Is there anything else? I really like doing like a easy beef stroganoff type
Oh,
thing with
yeah.
the ground beef. Like a creamy sauce with dill, and you can make it creamy with sour cream, and then mushrooms in there also is really good. So,
I'm
anyways, there's three ideas.
I'm not a huge fan of the mushrooms, but I do really like a creamy kind of gravy situation
Yeah.
along with the meatballs or with the ground beef.
Yes. I like the sourness of the sour cream, like the tang plus the
Yeah.
dill in
Hmm.
there. It is really good. And you can do it on top of veggies, or you can do it with like the egg noodles.
Yeah.
Anything like that. Yeah.
That was exactly what I was thinking was the egg wrap noodles type
Yeah.
thing, just like double wide so that they're more of
Yes.
like flat like egg noodle.
Yeah, like a big fettuccine.
That would be great. Lynette is here.
Yay. Welcome, Lynette. All right. So some other ideas for ground beef. We got meatballs. There were a whole bunch up here. Oh, cottage pie. Okay, so cottage pie, I have never made that. Is that like shepherd's pie? That's what someone else was asking.
Yeah, cottage pie. I haven't like scrolled through all of them. I believe cottage pie means that you're using beef, whereas shepherd's pie means that you are using mutton or lamb or sheep
Oh,
of sort. I
I
could be
didn't
wrong.
know
So
that.
don't
And
hang your
so
hat on
it would
it.
still have like the um potatoes or whatever you use in place of
Yeah,
potatoes.
yeah. You frost it with potatoes, basically, sprinkle
Yes.
cheese on top, and then
Really
like
good.
cook it.
Yeah, that sounds really good. I I have been getting just so lazy with my cooking where I'm just like, just throw the meat in the pan and eat it. I don't care anymore. Like, but things like cottage pie, it takes a little bit of effort and chop up some veggies and stuff, but it's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I find myself like when it comes to things like casseroles, I get I get kind of like on a kick for them for a little while. And then I realize like I not only have to cook something on the skillet, but then I have to turn around and put it in a dish to put it in the
Yes.
oven. And I mean, all of my skillets and saucepans and things like that are oven safe to like, I don't know, 500 degrees or
Mhm.
more. And so I've tried to be a little bit more like, if I'm going to do that, let's just do it in the cast iron skillet and be done with it. A one and done situation,
Yeah.
but like I don't know. Sometimes it's easier just to be like, okay, well, we're just making the taco bowl. That's actually what Jared and I did. Oh no, this week
Okay.
Jared and I did the taco meat trick. So our cow, we had the butcher package all of our ground beef into 1.5 pound packages
Ooh,
because we're only a family of 5
yeah.
and one of them is like a quarter human. So it's one of those deals where it's like she doesn't need a ton.
Right.
So I made up 1.5 pounds of taco meat. And I told Jared, we can either do this as a taco salad situation, or I can go ahead and air fry up some of our pork skin chips to
Ooh.
make some pork rinds. And I had made some of Steve from Serious Keto's velvety cheese sauce. That's kind of like
Ooh.
a Velveeta, but not like homemade version of that.
Right.
So I did the air fryer for the pork rinds, spread a bunch of cheese over top of them when they were hot, and then piled on the taco meat, some sour cream, a little bit of jalapeno, a little bit of, topping action, and it was total thumbs up.
That sounds
So,
awesome.
so fast. And I didn't have to bother with making a bunch of egg wraps or having to do any additional work. And I wasn't really feeling the whole like salad piece of it, but I was like, well, we could do this or we could do this. And the second choice was fantastic.
Yes. Okay. Eating beef is never wrong.
Eating beef is never wrong.
Yeah. So I think that it was being discussed, shepherd's pie with beef. She says, let's see. Stephanie said, wait, I've been making shepherd's pie with beef. Is that wrong?
Oh, no.
No.
It's just called, I think that there's like a technical term, cottage pie versus shepherd's pie. But
interesting.
Either way, it basically means the same thing.
Okay. Lori is saying she loves plain ground beef with balsamic vinegar. That sounds interesting because, like I was saying, I love the tang of the sour cream with the beef in the stroganoff. And I bet you get that similar like zing. I'm going to have to try that. It sounds good. If you just use a little bit of balsamic vinegar, because it does have carbs, but not a lot. Especially because you're not using a whole bunch. Don't drink it.
I wonder what you could do with like apple cider vinegar.
Maybe.
If you put cream and apple cider vinegar instead of having to use like sour cream.
Well, it would curdle it.
Yeah.
It turned into cheese.
I'm just thinking about the fact that I don't have sour cream at the moment.
Right. What about yogurt? Yogurt would work.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, I don't have any yogurt right now. We're like scraping the bottom of the barrel right now in the fridge. And it's like we've been crazy busy. There's just like it never seems to like fall into line where there's a time where I can go grocery shopping, or I haven't gotten the list put together, or I can't. Okay, I struggle with this. Maybe others out there struggle with this too. We have about a 17-minute drive to get into town. And in my brain, if I cannot make it, I don't know, if I can't make it go efficient with like, okay, we're going to town. I can also do this thing. I need to buddy them up with something. It cannot just be a free for all. Like we're just going to drive into town and then 3 hours later, we've got to go back to town. Like to me, that just makes my brain hurt. Because driving back and forth, just, I don't know. It's a thing that I've got. So I haven't made the time to go into town because I can't get over that mental hurdle. So we're down to nothing. So I don't have any yogurt. I have milk for the girls. And I've got a little bit of heavy cream left. And I'm trying to figure out when is the next opportunity where I could mash multiple trips into one.
Yeah. Speaking of milk, I was just researching local places near me that I could get raw milk from.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into that in so long, but I was like, you know what? That would be really good for us, I think. And I found a place and I sent a message. I'm just waiting to hear back, but they actually sell raw heavy cream.
Nice.
And I was like, if I could get my hands on that, man, I would be so happy.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll see if that works out.
Yeah. I used to stab the bottom of the milk jug, drain out the skin, and then once I hit a certain level, stop the, stop from pouring, and then pour the heavy cream out into this really awesome glass cream bottle that I have.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Makes you feel like a farm girl.
It does.
Little House on the Prairie or something.
Oh, we are in the process right now. So we've got friends about a mile away. They have a flock of chickens. Gosh, I just lost the word. So they've got a flock of chickens, and anytime that they are out of town, we go and we collect the eggs so they don't go broody or go cannibalistic on these eggs. And we also will feed their cat. They've got a full-time outdoor cat, and like he's got access to dry food in a shed. where he kind of has like some protection. But then he likes to have wet food as a treat. And because his humans are not there with him 24/7 when they're traveling, he will like he really loves to get the wet food treat. So we yesterday went, and I don't remember. It feels like a farm girl. That's the point. You feel like a farm girl when you're going and collecting eggs when you don't normally get to do that. So we have some farm fresh eggs that we've been collecting, and it's fantastic. Also, Nili has stalled, and I'm not entirely sure what has happened there. Anything, Nili? And since she's the one like actively hosting, I can't really make anybody's messages pop up on the screen here. Maybe she'll come back. I wonder if she is yeah, Nili is frozen. Nili is certainly frozen. And now she's gone. She'll probably try to pop back in. While we are waiting for her to return, Cheryl Davis said that layered lasagna bowl, ground beef, jarred pizza, spaghetti sauce, cottage or ricotta cheese, mozzarella mushrooms with or without egg life wraps cut into noodles. Yes, I love to do a lasagna with my egg wrap recipe. It is so good. I have served that to groups of people in the past, and non-keto people, and it has been devoured numerous times. All right, let's see what else. And this is why we use Restream, folks. This is Chris's addition to the commentary. I can only see the things that are on my channel and on the screen actively, so forgive us for that. Let's see what else. I'm not really sure. Okay. I wonder if she's going to be able to get back in. Lori, you said that Skinny Girl balsamic vinegar per the bottle has 1 carb for 2 tablespoons. That is really good. I am curious about what the rest of those ingredients look like to help it thicken up like that. I think that real balsamic vinegar does not like play nice with keto hardly at all. I think what does it have, like 7 grams of carbs per tablespoon, I think. Is she back? Can we hear her?
Here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
The power just went off and then back on 2 times.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
but at least you were able to keep going.
I will. Yeah. And Chris even commented, this is why we use Restream.
Yeah, this is great. I'm so glad. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm back. What you guys talking about?
We were I was just, oh no. Power down. Oh my goodness. Poor Nili, y'all. Poor Nili. It's I feel like the next time she comes back, we're gonna be a little bit less excited. No, we're not celebrating. We're not excited for this. We're very apprehensive. We've been burned twice now.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I don't know how to function.
Okay. It's all right. Just pretend like I'm not here. Keep going.
All right. So Cindy, hey Cindy, I'm glad that you popped in here. Chris said that they like to, over at their house, they like to use peace, love, and low carbs lasagna recipe. Noodles are mostly eggs with a little cheese. Very cool. She gone. We're not holding our breath anymore. We won't be doing it. Nobody wants to die from hypoxia.
No, please don't die on my account.
If you would like to be back on the left, you can rearrange us. But if you like to demonstrate the fact that there was a major shift.
There was a major shift. Yeah, I didn't know I could do that. So that's cool. Wow.
I feel like we could do the cha-cha slide as screens.
Oh, wow.
To the left, y'all. To the right, y'all.
So confusing.
We're going to make it.
Yes. All right, here we are.
Raven just lets us know that the longer balsamic vinegar ages, the less carbs it has. That is good information. Also, I would have to scroll back but I cannot. What just happened? Exit full screen. Oh my stars, I'm losing it.
You're still here.
I'm still there.
Here. Okay, maybe while you're figuring that out, I will let everyone know about a deal from Perfect Keto that is going on right now. So, and this is something that I have been asked about many times. They just started offering a collagen sample pack.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can get it for free with any purchase,
Mm-hmm.
or if you just order that one thing, you have to
Mm-hmm.
pay $7.99 shipping. So you can basically get it for $7.99 or for free with any purchase. But
Mm-hmm.
what in it is a little like envelope of 5 different flavors. So
Yeah.
it's like their most popular ones: the vanilla keto collagen, chocolate keto collagen, hazelnut barista blend, the Mexican hot chocolate beauty plus sleep, and then the super reds blueberry pomegranate that has marine collagen in it. So
Mm-hmm.
that is a deal that you could take advantage of if it's something that you're interested in. And Lindsay and I both have links, and I had it all set to put both of them in here, and then of course everything got messed up. So anyways, let me find them. I did put them in the description of the video, so you should be able to see them there, and I will pop them in here. And so you can use either one of those links and either place an order, and you do have to add the item to your cart. It won't automatically add it with your order, but you have to add it to your cart, and then you get it for free or $7.99 shipping if that's the only thing that you're purchasing. Okay, so there's that.
Yes.
Got it in there before I popped out again.
I will say the one that makes me sad is that there's no strawberry collagen in the bundle.
How is that not the most popular flavor?
I don't understand it either. So
I
I think what I personally am going to do is order strawberry collagen and then tack on the sampler pack, because I mean, like, I've tried all of these, right? But it's still kind of nice to have those little like sample sizes if you want to have them for on the go. That's kind of useful, but it does kind of give my heart a little sad that there's not strawberry.
I don't understand why it's not the most popular flavor on the planet.
I don't understand it. They literally have a phenomenal strawberry.
Yes.
And how is that not the one? Also, don't go order strawberry. I'm afraid that it might sell out if we promote that.
Yeah. The chocolate is really good too. I really like their chocolate. I typically use the MCT oil powder more than the collagen.
Sure.
But the flavoring, of course, is like the same. So
The same.
I use that one a lot, and I really, really like it.
Yeah. I love their Mexican hot chocolate. That's like the sleep plus beauty collagen. That one is good. I like that one probably better than just like the straight chocolate collagen. And I always like to add either a little bit of cayenne or a little bit of cinnamon to like really like make it like super bumped up. But
yeah,
that is just me.
The one in the list that is not something I care for is the super reds. I just never could get on board with those, but it's worth trying, you know. This is a great way to try it without having to buy a whole package.
Yeah, I liked it warm way better than cold personally. Kind of like a, you know, like the passion tea or any of the pomegranate type teas. I like it so much better when it is warm. But I've also discovered that is usually my preference on the majority of things.
Huh. Yeah. Because you don't like iced coffee or anything like that.
I don't.
You don't like iced drinks. You drink most of your stuff room temperature, right?
I do. I mean, like, I'll get
so weird. I love iced things.
Yeah, I'll occasionally be like, oh, this type of thing needs to be ice cold, and I'll do ice with it. But for the most part, I prefer like not any colder than like the coldest it can be is like pulling a keto chow out of the fridge.
Okay. All right.
That's the coldest it can get.
But okay, go ahead.
I do love a lot of the flavors of keto chow as steamers instead of as cold shakes.
Yeah. I started doing that too with
Yeah,
the keto chow core making the hot chocolate.
right.
It's so good. It took me a long time to try that for whatever reason, but it's really
Yeah,
good. It's
yeah.
like because it's so thick, it's more than just drinking like a hot chocolate. It's like drinking a I don't
There's
know,
like, is
chocolate
it
or
a,
something.
is it like the, is it the Italians that their version of a chocolate? It's like super thick. It's almost just like a
Drinking
perfect,
chocolate?
huh?
Drinking chocolate?
Yeah, it's like it's a drinking chocolate thing.
Yeah.
Like like you just take a bar of chocolate and liquidify it and just
Yeah.
barely thin it out. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so good.
Yes.
All right. We were wondering where you were. Sing it.
Sing it.
Late to the party. Have either of you done the sleep collagen from Perfect Keto? I have. I have tried them. I don't really have trouble sleeping, so I haven't
Nor do I.
typically like tested it out in that aspect, but I've tested it out for the flavor. And it's got all kinds of benefits beyond just helping you sleep if you have trouble sleeping. So, yeah,
Right.
I like them. I like the flavors. I do feel like if you're gonna make a hot chocolate with the Mexican chocolate, you need to add an extra fat, um,
Mhm.
like to really make it taste like something decadent,
It needs a thicker mouthfeel for sure, and the fat
Yeah.
in the sugar will
I
get you there.
I wonder if you were to do like a keto chow hot chocolate and add a little bit of that for flavor. 'Cause that would be the like, just like half or a quarter of a serving of keto chow, and then
Right?
the Mexican hot chocolate. And then they have the turmeric one. Those probably wouldn't
I
be
have not. The only Sleep Plus Beauty collagen that I've tried is the Mexican hot chocolate because that's the only one that really piqued my interest.
right.
I know they've got something that's more berry-esque.
Berry lavender
Um,
or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that's the only one that I've personally tried, and
Yeah.
I do enjoy it. I
Yeah.
do appreciate keto chow as hot chocolate better. In fact, 2 nights ago, we had to go to our evening activities, and I made myself a keto chow core hot chocolate to go. And Jared was like, "What about me?" And so the cup he wanted to use was about half the volume of the one that I was using. So I did half of a scoop, half a serving in that cup. And he was like, "This is like the taste is good. It's just maybe a bit too much for this size." And I was like, good to know. So I could probably get away with like a quarter serving for him as a
Yep.
hot chocolate, and he would be happy with his life.
Well, 'cause it takes so long to sip it because 'cause you're just doing little sips. So good.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I find I can chug it pretty good though. Once it gets like
Yeah.
that sweet spot temperature, I'm just like glug glug glug
Right.
glug.
Yeah. That's true.
Um,
I haven't tried a lot of other flavors as, like, steamers, but I need to.
Celia asks, how to steamer? Okay, so the way I understand steamers is just like it's a flavoring and steamed milk. Like it's just steamed milk like a latte, but without the espresso. So what I personally will do is just I pre-make up probably about 4 or 5 keto chows for my husband throughout the week. And he likes to drink about half of one per afternoon whenever he comes home. So what I could do is just easily take like half of a keto chow, pour it into a microwave safe mug, toss it in the microwave for about I wind up probably a total of 2 minutes, but I like to stop every like probably 30 seconds and stir it up so I don't end up with hot spots. And then you just glug away.
Yeah. Um, hot chocolate core is amazing.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Okay, this question here is important because we just assume everyone knows about these things, right?
They no, they don't.
Yeah, but they don't. They don't until someone tells them. So keto chow is a full keto meal shake. And so it's not like because of like Slim Fast and all these other like meal replacements, they're like trying to make it super low calorie. So it like is, I don't know, because it's all based on the calories in, calories out. Keto chow doesn't do that. They make it adjustable so you can make it, however many calories you want to fit your goals, but it's a full meal. It's not meant to be like a trick yourself into eating less type thing. So it's just a way to make your keto journey easier. And that's what I have found, for me, just the convenience of it. You get all of or a third, because it's one meal, a third of your daily vitamins and minerals and electrolytes, and then you get a good chunk of protein, and it tastes great, and it's just so easy. That's all. Both of us tend to cook a lot from scratch, and we're very much into, buying half a cow or a whole cow and, doing everything as natural as possible. That takes a lot of time and energy and effort and dishes. And so just to have that little extra convenience on those times where I just need to get out the door, and I don't have time to cook up a steak, or, anyways, that's how I use it. So it's not like a trick yourself into losing weight. It's just making your keto diet easier and deliciouser. Yeah. What's your take?
The number one point that I wanted to make is that there are like hundreds of protein shakes on the market that are quote unquote keto friendly. The number one thing that I take away from Keto Chow is the fact that it gives you a third of your daily vitamins and minerals, which is not something that any of the other protein shakes really do. It does give you 25 to 26 grams of protein per serving, but the kicker is the fact that you really get those vitamins and minerals. And you did touch on that. So that was like that was the thing that I really felt like is the more valuable experience, because Isopure has their whey protein isolate on the market, and you can find the ones that are like chocolate or vanilla or whatever flavors, and you can easily use those. They do not have the daily vitamins and minerals that your body requires in order to fulfill the micronutrient requirements of the human body.
Yeah. So if you're wanting, like, say, every day at lunch, instead of, trying to pack a lunch for work, just mix up a shake, take it with me. You can be confident that you're getting all of the, nutrients you need. And that, like you said, a protein shake is like in addition to a meal. It's not a complete meal. So.
Right. It may give you your amino acids, but it's not going to give you those other micronutrients that you actually need.
Lynette uses Keto Chow too, and she loves it.
That is so awesome to hear.
For those of you that don't know,
in case you didn't know,
she's Miriam's the queen of Keto Chow. Lynette what is Lynette? She's the Duchess. Yes, the Duchess of Keto.
The Duchess. That's funny. Lauren just asked to watch the Aristocats from, like the Disney Aristocats from, what is it, from the 70s or whatever.
Yes.
And Duchess. And then, of course, now we've started to do voice lessons with me as the girls' instructor.
Oh,
look at my little kittens doing
oh my God.
Doing their voice lessons.
And yes, as Cynthia is reminding us, that Keto Chow makes excellent ice cream too. That is a bonus. And then of course everyone has to have the Ninja Creamy to make the ice creams, and they're delicious and easy and fun.
Absolutely. Ice cream is probably one of the best ways to consume the Keto Chow. But it's also a phenomenal way to like create more interest in your keto baking if you're going to go that route. And it's a fun ingredient to play with, even though it's like, a complete conglomerate of all the ingredients we need. So it's a fun product to use in a multitude of ways. But the simplest, most straightforward way to use it is to turn it into a meal shake and know that you are getting what you need vitamin and mineral wise.
Yep. That's it. Let's see what else here. Oh, Miriam loves Keto Chow too.
What? That is so awesome. It's like a club.
It really is. I think that's so fun about Keto Chow, is because they do new flavors and then like the seasonal stuff, and it's just fun. And some people are like, okay. So I had this thought, and I hope this doesn't offend anybody, but you know how You know how the pumpkin spice latte comes out at Starbucks every year, and
Yeah.
it's like so exciting and everyone freaks out, and the people that get excited about it, they're called basic. Like, "Oh, you're
Yeah.
so basic." And I was
Okay.
like,
Okay.
those of us who get excited about the seasonal keto chow flavors, are we like keto basic keto?
Oh, how do we coin that?
I know, exactly, and I'm like, I don't think it's a bad thing, like, I'm not ashamed to
No.
say that I get excited about new fun flavors, like, there's a lot of people to be like, "Oh, I'm beyond that," like, I'm so evolved with my keto or carnivore journey that I don't even care about that kind of thing anymore, you know? I'm like, "No, I'm totally fine saying I'm a child at heart, and, you know,
Absolutely.
when chocolate peanut butter flavor is an option, I get excited about it. Sorry,
Absolutely.
like, I'm basic and I'm okay with that."
Chris is absolutely a basic white girl. Hashtag identity. I
So
added the
anyways,
hashtag.
we need to start our new, channel called Basic Keto or
We
Keto.
do. I mean, like, I feel like that could be a multi, uh, it has nuance,
It
multi
does,
nuance phrase.
yes. It's
Because, like,
kind
it could
of
be super
keto
simple.
simple. Yeah,
Yeah. I
so,
mean, I think that that could work.
yeah. And I'm not ashamed of it. Like, I don't have to be someone who's like, all I care about is eating steak and ground beef and eggs all day. That's all I want. I just get excited about steak.
I mean, like, I do get wicked excited about
Right.
steak, and
But I
I will
also get
happily.
excited about pumpkin spice caramel.
I actually like. I got excited about eggnog. that's
Yes.
that's my jam.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Also, Lynette said that it was break fat, and I feel like that's actually a way more accurate thing than break fast.
Well, that's what I do because I have coffee with fat in
Breaking
it
our fat.
first thing in the morning, and so I break my fast with coffee plus fat.
Right. Well, we're fatting. We're breaking the fat. It's no
Oh,
longer allowed to be here. We're busting it up. I love it.
got it. There's multiple layers here.
We love the layers. Also, hashtag team basic keto. Yes, that is. I can't see it on the screen anymore, but yes, 10 out of 10. Yes.
Yes. All
Now
right.
Miri
Now
wants
we
keto.
oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah.
I think
Oh, we should get that trending.
we need to, and we need to make some shirts, but we're not going to sell them because I struggle with the concept of merch in general.
Oh, yeah. I totally get that too.
You know, it's just a me thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop on a Canva and start tippity tapping away with my lack of what is it, design.
Yeah. The only merch
Finesse.
that we've ever done is the Autumn's
But
artwork.
that's because she is a fantastic illustrator. Her
Exactly.
little
And
character
I
from
never would
Instant
have done
Pot.
any of myself.
Right, right. I'm way more creative in other spots.
Yeah, same.
Also, speaking of Instant Pots, I was thinking about this the other day about, like we all have those little pet peeve things. And I was listening to a video and the person kept saying Insta pot,
Oh,
Insta
yeah.
pot.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think that might be up there for me in the
Mm.
same place where people going the wrong direction around a roundabout is like.
Oh,
So
yeah.
when you
That
said Instant Pot, I was like,
yeah, that got to be a really big deal in the Instant Pot Facebook group where people would come in and ask like these poor innocent people are just coming in to ask a question about their Instapot and they'd get berated with comments like, "It is not an Instapot." Right. We'll kick you out of the group.
I think I have loads of grace for anybody who says Insta pot.
Yeah.
When you present yourself as a more knowledgeable subject matter expert,
Yes.
I
Okay.
do expect you to put the T between Insta and pot.
Mm.
The NT, we're not French. We don't speak French. We have French derived words, but we are not that. Therefore, the T at the end of a word still gets pronounced in the US in American English. So that was one of those things where I was like, I can do it. I can do hard things. I can do hard things. This person,
Right.
this
That's
person's
right.
just, I can do hard things.
Oh, okay. So Chris is changing the subject and wants to know if we've tried making the creamy pumpkin sausage soup yet. Answer is no, but I was just thinking about it last night because I have my pumpkin spice caramel now and I need to make it. I did have a pumpkin spice caramel shake yesterday, I believe,
Yeah.
and it was fantastic.
Now you
But I
got
have
to try
not made the soup
steamer.
yet.
Well,
I
you
know.
gotta
I should try that.
to me, that one's going to be a phenomenal steamer. I have not ordered pumpkin spice caramel yet. So I got a budget, you know,
I know.
budgets have to be a
Dang it,
real thing. And
why?
I'm going to Keto Palooza. And so I'm like, okay,
Hurry up.
we gotta navigate those expenses some way.
Oh gosh, I know. Seriously.
But I will get to it and I will make sausage or the creamy pumpkin sausage soup.
Yeah, I know. It
Yeah.
sounds really good.
Oh gosh. You got to add the extra S on that one if you're going to acronym that. Bad. Have you had CPSS today? CPS?
Let's
No.
not do that. Oh goodness.
It's
Oh,
weird.
Cynthia says it's not soup weather yet. Just sad. I mean, it is officially fall. We have been having rain,
We have
cool
two.
weather, and I'm not sad. Like it's fine. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Our weather has definitely been a lot more dreary. We're starting to hit the gloomy season here in the Ohio. That is
Mhm.
the one thing about Ohio winter and like fall winter time. It's just so gloomy, and I can understand why people would dislike winter when
Yeah.
they live in the Ohio. Living in the Wyoming or the Wisconsin or up in the Alaska, all of those
Mhm.
places have glorious winters where there's still like sun glittering down on the snow, making it beautiful. Utah winter is beautiful too. So it's like,
Mhm.
how do you like say you hate winter when there's so many places that have gorgeous winters, and then
Yeah.
you live like this and you're like, oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah,
It is
and here in Oregon, I mean, we occasionally get snow, but it's like once or twice in the winter, and beyond that, it's just rainy. So it does get a little old after a while.
yeah.
But I like the fall, and I like when the rain starts at least. And I like when
Yeah.
we start getting green again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Sing it said she had to
Uh-oh.
go look at her Instant Pot.
Yeah.
Until now, she will change her
Yeah,
pronunciation.
it's typically not anyone with like malicious intent. Like, I am going to intentionally say this in this way. Like it's just, and then so many people just say it that way that that's all that anyone has ever heard. And so they're like, that's just what it is. Yeah.
Right. And whenever you think about it, like we have Instagram. It's not Instantgram. So like there's
Yes.
there's a lot of like that vernacular in our culture. So I can understand how people do not say the ending syllable or like ending consonants on that word.
Right.
But like if you're going to present yourself as some kind of SME,
Sure.
then my hope is that you would say it as a complete word.
Yes.
But Jared also tells me that I over enunciate in my videos, so maybe my perspective is skewed.
I'm gonna get the pumpkin sausage soup recipe and put it into the
Into
chat.
the chat. Into
There
the
it
chat it goes.
It looks delicious.
I think so we are like with this restream stuff, we can I can't type there. We can have it streaming live on both of our channels at the same time. And so I'm going to put it over on mine too.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Okay, so anyone watching on Lindsay's channel? Oh,
I'm trying.
now I'm confused because I put the links to the collagen sample packs into the description of the video after I had made it live, so it may not have added it to your video description. So make sure
Yeah.
you put those links in.
Yeah, I need to go verify.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Oh dear.
technology is so confusing.
Technology.
And she's watching on both like a true fan, a true groupie.
All the love.
Right. Oh, Janice is saying, how many people just went to look at their Instant Pot besides me? Oh.
Yep. Yep. It's a thing.
Singing is asking about your voice lessons. Do you sing, Lindsay? And if
I
so,
do.
please give
I
us
do.
an example.
No, I'm not
Please
prepared for that.
demonstrate.
I'm ill prepared for that today.
Yeah, and you don't want to hear me sing, so.
She has one muted. Hopefully it's the one that I'm going to sing on.
Oh.
So I did voice lessons for, gosh, years back in middle school, high school. And so it's like I also serve on our worship team at church. And when Jared was sitting as part of the congregation on Sunday when I was singing, he was like, I was really thinking about the fact that like, we do piano lessons with the girls, but you've never like done voice with them. And I was like, well, the girls, they don't really like take my advice on piano at all because I do not play piano. I just know music theory pretty decently. So whenever I make suggestions, I'm always met with opposition when I'm like, I think if you could do this thing, and they're like, no, it's a no for us. No. But when it comes to voice, Jared suggested, like, why don't you try doing voice lessons with them and see how that goes? And I was like, we can definitely try because, you know, like, I think that anybody can sing. It's a matter of whether or not you know, take the time to train yourself. Yeah. So I told this to my girls and I fully expected a hard no from our oldest and a hard yes from the middle. And I don't care, I'm just here to play from the youngest. That's what I expected. And I was right on 2/3. The oldest was actually like, yes, I would like to do this. Yes, absolutely. And she has taken it somewhat seriously. And I'm like, wow, okay, maybe this will be a thing. So I feel highly encouraged to keep moving forward with it. And I think that the more that I do this with the girls, the just like the more regular practice I also wind up getting and, you know, continue to.
I like Gary's comment about me singing would be like the old Simpsons episode where they talked about former silent movie stars who failed when the talking movies came out. Do you know that one? It's so funny. Like the most obnoxious voice.
I've never really watched The Simpsons, but the whole premise of Singing in the Rain is based on that.
Oh, yeah, that's so funny. Let's see.
Lynette was too shy to do anything with her voice lessons.
There's still time. No time.
Well, and I have to say, your voice is one of the most personal things about you and most vulnerable things about you. Like everybody talks. And so everybody can sort of like, you know, join together on that. But everybody can hear good singing versus bad singing. And so they're constantly judging that regardless of whether or not they themselves can sing. So it's kind of like a vulnerable thing to do in front of people. So
it is.
Respect the shyness for sure. It's not an easy thing to just put yourself out there.
Yeah. So in our basement, we have had this one area that the intention has been to make it the music corner. And there's still construction and stuff going on. And so it's been kind of not very accessible. But this past weekend, Jeff did some work in there and cleared some stuff out. And the drums are now accessible. We moved our piano from upstairs, downstairs. And that music corner has been getting used a lot in the last few days.
Awesome.
And let me tell you, I think Renee is going to be a drummer.
I love that.
she's got some natural talent to it. I was like, what in the world? And so Charity has been playing piano, and then Renee has
Yeah.
been doing the drumming for her. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
That is so awesome.
And then Levi, yesterday I came down and I was like, what you gonna do, Levi? And he's like, maybe play Legos, or maybe I'll make a band again. And he just decided that he was gonna be a band, and he just played the drums. And it's like, I guess I'll either play Legos or be a band.
That is precious, and I love it so stinking much.
Oh,
Drummers, especially female drummers, are few and far between. And
yes.
I tell you what, I got on a kick where I really wanted to learn to play the drums. But I also basically want to learn how to play like every single instrument. So it's one of those things. I got a practice pad and some drumsticks, and I would just kind of tinker around with it. And I kind of feel like Lauren might be the one that wants to be the drummer in our little trio action. And there is a place here you can learn drums. And I told Jared, like, wouldn't it be awesome to get drums? And he was like, no. It would not be awesome. What are you talking about? And I'm like, you could get electric drums, like, and then she could just wear headphones with it. So then you're feeling like the little ba, 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 instead of like and let her go animal on the thing, and it could still be all here instead of it being like everywhere. Exactly. And like, would be so cool. So cool.
Yes, Sing It says that I have birthed a band. So I have no musical talent, but apparently I can give birth to it.
It's all about developing it.
Okay, so the soup
you could play cowbell.
I could. You know what? I could do that. Although I feel like birthing them is enough, and they can take it from here.
You can just be the audience member. Oh, you'll be the paparazzi, the stage mom.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. I'm putting the recipe for the soup again in the chat, but if you are watching on Lindsay's channel, you won't see it, but hopefully I
did put it in my chat.
All I did was search keto chow pumpkin sausage soup, and it popped up. So it's easy to find.
So
okay,
we had a comment that says Instapot is a brand.
Instapot is a brand.
I just searched that and I did not find Instapot.
So I've never, I mean, maybe someone came up with an Instapot as a brand, but the main one is Instant Pot. And that's what we were chatting about, is there's this drama about how dare you call it an Instapot when it's an instant pot.
Yeah.
People get all worked up about things. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely not seeing Instapot. I see a lot of electric pressure cookers.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, and then if you search Instapot, I'm sure you'll find all kinds of recipes and articles from people that just call their Instant Pot an Instapot. So it gets confusing.
And it's just one of those little like me things in my brain where I'm like, ugh, especially if it's somebody trying to present themselves as a subject matter expert kind of a thing. That's the only thing. But it's a me thing, not an everyone thing.
Yes, and that is okay. All right. We are past our 1 hour mark, and I need to go tend to my band.
Got to tend to the band. You know, I had the people practicing down there while we were doing this. So
yeah, actually, I didn't hear any practicing going on, which is probably good. So there you go. All right.
We will see y'all next week.
Next week, same time, same place, as far as we know at this point.
At this point, that is a yes. I don't think I have anything else on the calendar beyond.
We're back into the rhythm of the homeschool, and so life is at least more predictable than
hopefully
over the summer.
Indeed.
Yes. All right. And like Cindy said, Keto Palooza is coming, so Lindsay will be there for everyone who's going to be there. Give her a really big hug. She loves hugs, by the way. She really loves hugs.
They're so great.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.